to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Frank Myers.
Here.
Donna Roush.
Here.
Martha Patterson.
Here.
Casey Benner. Leanne Woolvogel.
Here.
We have quorum.
Okay. Next item is the approval of the agenda for October 19th, 2020. Would like to make a motion?
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second. Next is the approval of the minutes for September 21, 20.
Take a vote on the agenda.
The agenda. All in favor, say aye. Thank you, David.
You're welcome.
Approval of the minutes for September 21st, 2020.
I make a motion to approve.
Can I second? I second the motion. All in favor, say aye. Introduction of the evidence.
I have here the city ordinances, the design guidelines. There are copies of the staff reports on the table, but you received those last week along with the coordinating documentation.
Is there a motion to accept evidence as presented?
I move to accept the evidence as presented.
A second.
Is there any old business this evening?
You want to take a vote for the evidence?
Again. I told you guys. I'm going to go out with a blast. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
There is no old business.
Okay. So new business, the first up is SGHC 00121 to receive a certificate of appropriateness to rehabilitate and renovate the structure, including installation of vinyl windows, steel doors, vinyl porch railing with metal balusters, wooden porch, and porch ceiling, 135 North 3rd Street. Is there anyone
Can we
here?
break that down and take it item by item?
You want to come up and introduce yourself?
Sure.
Yeah, please.
Hello, my name is Jason Stackley. Me and my wife Ashley own the little shotgun house on 135. We would like to upgrade it, remodel the outside, and turn it into an Airbnb. In order to do that, I would like to put more efficient windows and doors. I want to keep this exterior the same. I need to put new flooring down on the porch. They had carpet glued down, which rotted the floor. And then I would like to replace the porch railings and get them back up to code because they're way too short. I think that covers all of it on there.
Martha asked if this could be broken down per item. So you want to start with the vinyl windows?
Are you asking for comment?
I'm asking for comment.
What you're proposing to do, I think would be very attractive, there's no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
My only concern is in our position here, we're supposed to look after our old structures. There were, up until a couple of years ago, I think 2 of these shotgun houses in the town.
Mm-hmm.
The one on Washington Street was
Okay.
torn down.
Right.
With the assurance at that meeting that we'd keep the other one. Well, the other one now is the one you were talking about. And as I say, I think what you propose to do to the house would end up looking fairly distinct and appropriate for a new area, but this is in the historic district, and it's listed as one of the buildings that contribute to the building,
Right.
or to the district. For that matter, I have, from those reasons I have reservations about whether we should approve it as you have presented it.
Okay?
It's not, as I say, if for another building, I like what you're proposing, the work to do, but in doing it, we're demolishing the one remaining shotgun house that is listed in St. Genevieve.
I don't want to change any of the outside structure. All I want to do is update it with efficient amenities. The vinyl windows that I want to put in there, they're just a solid sheet of glass like the original ones. There's no crosses or anything in them. The doors look very, very close to the original ones that are in now, other than they're steel. The porch flooring will be exactly the same. It's the tongue and groove flooring. I've actually already bought that. The tiles that are on the outside, you could buy replacement. They're fiber cement tiles that replaces the old asbestos tiles, so I'm going to replace it with the original tiles that are on the outside. And then the railings on the porch, David saw them. I mean, if you stand up to them, they don't even come to my knee. You know, they're a safety hazard, really.
They were approximately 24 inches tall.
Right.
I have to ask one question. Why a steel door?
Less maintenance than wood.
My question would be, you're replacing the wooden porch, and looks like you're gonna be putting a nice ceiling on that wooden porch.
Mm-hmm.
Why not use a wooden baluster for the porch railing?
Again, for maintenance purposes, you know, if I go with a metal baluster, it'll be powder coated. I'll never have to paint it ever. It'll be good for the life of the house.
Would you be open to discussing wooden porch railing rather than the vinyl?
Yeah. I mean, what I have on here and what I presented to David is not, this is what I want to do, and that I'm open to suggestions. I just want to make the house look aesthetically pleasing and make everybody here happy at the same time.
Mr. and Mrs. Stackley, I want to point out, is it Stackley or Stackley?
Yes. It depends on where you are. Here at St. Genevieve is Stackley. If you leave St. Genevieve, then it turns into Stackle. So.
They also bought the house. It's outside of the historic district, but at 10th and Market, and refurbished and renovated it. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's a two-story vernacular. They put their shop on the first floor. Little, yeah.
It's a Heavenly Hair and Boutique is
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
where my wife is. And we have an Airbnb upstairs also.
Yeah. And that's a nice looking little house.
So we would like to make that one look nice as well.
I think it would be a plus, what you want to do. The only objection I would have, and I don't mean I'm going to vote against it, would be the steel door.
Okay?
I don't know how the others feel about that. But as far as replacing the porch and the ceiling of the porch, I think that would be a great improvement. This is really a rescue house.
Mm-hmm.
And it does say it's a contributing building. The guidelines state that we can be more liberal on it. It's not a historic building. It's just considered, as far as I'm concerned, an old house.
I don't know why the shotgun house was not popular, or not many of them built in St. Genevieve, or if they were built, they were gone. But in other major cities cities that have a historic French exposure, such as New Orleans and even closer, Belleville, Illinois. You'll find these shotgun houses all along the streets. They were very conservative on real estate on the front. You could put them close together and rebuild them. They're narrow and deep, and that's just a function of them. And whether or not we want to take that part of our history and say we don't have that history anymore. I don't know. That's the question for me, is not the quality of the work you're proposing, but it's the quality of it's doing something to a historic structure that I don't think we should be doing.
But it's a contributing, it's not a historic building. It's a contributing building. And I don't think it's going to change the looks of the house. The windows are going to be the same size. It's going to be an improvement. So I'm going to make a motion to approve.
All of it?
All of it.
Do we have a second?
I'm still leaning to the wood on the front porch. With wood baluster instead of the vinyl.
Okay, that's fine. I agree with that.
And I don't know that wooden windows are obtainable for this house. You're going to leave the decorative beams across the front of the porch as is?
Yes, I don't have a picture in front of me, but you can see the beams that come across the front and go up like this. All that will be there. The only thing that I want to do with the ceiling is I want to enclose the ceiling underneath the structure. You're still going to see the picture that you see on that right there. The house will look exactly the same. You won't even know a difference.
Well, and I understand you have to put a compliant front porch surround on it.
The one that's on there now, the actual pillars that support the top are rotted out. They are no good. The railings that are on it now, they are all rotted at the bottom. They're no good. I have to replace them with something.
In paragraph 2 of the information that was given as the first sentence, if the building has retained a high degree of historic integrity, then the impact of any proposed alteration should be minimized. And I think the building has a very high degree of its historic integrity. I think it's very much like it was built.
I agree.
And what the instructions that were handed down to us and what we're to go by says you don't do that to a house that has historic integrity and is minimized. I mean, we just don't have that many. As I say, it's not a
So Frankie's agreed to put wood porch railings instead of vinyl. And I don't know, did you decide to go ahead and stay with the steel door or maybe a wooden door?
If you tell me I have to have a wooden door, then we'll go with a wooden door.
So it's not.
I mean,
Keep in mind, there's 3 doors here also.
there's one in the front, one in the back, and one on the side. The only issue, I don't know, and I'm sure you can do this, so all of the doors and windows that I have priced and the pictures you have, they're all custom, we'll call them custom built because the sizes in that thing are
one window's a half-inch taller than the other one, and the other one is, 3/8 shorter than the rest of them, so, and the doors are not a standard height door, it's all weird sizes, so. AB Building Products is the one that came out and measured all the stuff. I'm sure they can make wooden doors versus a steel door.
So Frank, if he went with the wood for the balusters and railings and wood for the doors, how would you feel about the vinyl windows? Because that's not really going to change it that much.
There's only 2 windows on the front, and the others are not that visible. It's on a fairly narrow lot anyway, so other than the 2 in the front, the door and windows would not be that obvious.
The whole lot's only 21 feet wide. I mean, the house is 17 feet wide. You get
Shotgun lot also.
You get a push mower path down each side, that's all you get.
Mr. Myers, would you be open to wooden door and railing?
That goes part way with it. We still, reading the part that I've underlined in our instructions, we just shouldn't be doing it. But if we feel that we don't need that type of house in our town anymore, and what we want is a very modern looking small house on the street, and it would be a modern looking and I think very well done. But as I read the instructions that were given to us, that's not what our purpose is. Our purpose is to preserve the historic integrity of the community.
So he's really not going to change. If he does the wood and the wood and the wood, he's doing the same, apples and apples. The only thing that's really going to be different is the vinyl windows. Is that going to be that obvious? I mean, won't that help keep that look?
We violate our instructions on windows, I think, at every meeting.
I'm just asking a question.
And when it comes to one like this, that is, I really have mixed feelings on the thing. As I say, I like what the man has proposed, but I don't like it on that house.
How would you preserve that house if you can't replace the porch, and if you can't replace the railings, and you can't replace the ceiling?
Well, certainly you can replace them. You read the instructions, and you replace them, but you replace them in kind if in kind is available. And there's nothing in that structure that is not possible to recreate.
At this point, it already has the wrought iron railings on both sides of the front steps. Which part do you object to the most? Being done.
Well, if we just,
Is that storm windows? Is that metal trim on the edge, or storm windows over the window?
It's got storm windows on it now. They will not when I'm finished.
Okay, so it has aluminum that's been put on. Okay. So it really has already been changed.
I don't think there's a house in Kinswick, in St. Genevieve, except maybe the emerald and the green tree that hasn't been changed some way.
Right, and, you know, the storm windows aren't going to be there, and it's going to go back to looking like the windows that were there. That's bringing back some of that integrity in the sense of how it looks.
And the, it's 1/1 on the windows, on the replacement windows.
There is a motion on the table to accept as is, but you changed to wood, wood, and wood.
Yep, I'll go with the wooden balusters.
I agree to that.
That's fine.
So is there a second?
I will go ahead and second it.
Is the second to Martha's motion?
I will second
To
the,
accept as is. all we
yeah,
need?
with stated amendments.
So there's no second to Martha's original motion, correct?
Then I'll make another one. I make a motion to accept if it's a wooden door. Change the door to a wooden door,
So is it the front door or all doors?
front door.
Front door wooden and wooden balusters. Is that the motion?
Uh,
Yes.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
So it's a motion to approve SGHC 00121, but amended to a wood front door and wooden porch railing.
Yeah,
Okay?
yes.
So we have a motion.
Okay, so we have the motion to do that, the changes that we discussed in the amendment. Second.
Then I will,
we're overlooking 9 different paragraphs that say don't do it.
Don't do what?
And that's function of us, our organization, is to consider that.
Well, I figured it out. If he's going to remove those aluminum storm windows and stuff that's on the doors and windows, that's been added, and he's going to remove that, and that's going to make it look more like it used to look. Yay, nay? I mean,
Okay, take it down to 8 then.
yes. I second the motion. She seconded the motion.
Who seconded?
He has 2 seconds.
I think earlier, if I'm incorrect, Leanne, did you second Martha's amended motion?
yes, I did.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a motion on the floor, proceed with it.
All in favor, say aye.
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 All not in favor?
Motion carried. I'll get the certificate in the mail to you.
Okay.
So you understood the amended motion?
I did.
Wooden front door, wooden porch railing.
Yep. Easy.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, so next we have SGHC 00221 to receive a certificate of appropriateness to install a 4-foot chain link fence within the rear yard, 415 LaHaye Street.
So no one is here for this application. If you wish to proceed, you can. However, Mr. Moore basically wants to put a 4-foot black chain link fence along his rear yard.
Well, my question with that, the property lines in that general area are a little weird.
Yes.
And I went by there earlier, and I can't really visualize where he wants it to go. There's a higher fence around the house.
Next door.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what direction that would be. But I just can't, without a diagram of the, do you have that?
So that was part of the packet. I know the house is a little blurry. Do you want to go ahead and proceed and talk about it?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, because I don't think I got that
that's all right.
on
We're
the,
right on here.
yeah.
So this,
That,
around here, is LaHaye.
Yeah,
This is the house. This is the corner of the house. This is the garage. Actually, the house is more like this.
yeah.
So the
And-
fence would come off of the garage.
And there's another
There's a black fence already
Yeah.
here and here. So he would come off of his garage. This is behind the house, behind LaHaye. Follow the property line. It would kind of be northwesterly. Connect to an existing fence, connect to an existing fence. Follow the property line, then come back to the corner of the garage. Way over here is 4th Street. So you'd be able to see this probably from over here on LaHaye. This is the Gabourey Creek here. And that's about it.
but the house, is here.
Correct.
That's, okay. And this is totally behind the house.
Completely
There's
behind the
already
house.
things there, so.
This is also a 6-foot chain link.
Yes.
He wants to put a 4-foot.
Yeah, the black fence around the house next door is not that intrusive.
I don't see that it would have any adverse impact upon the property.
No, the way
or
the
its
way the
historic
houses
significance.
are on that street, it would be
Yeah.
pretty much not that noticeable.
Well, I think the black is much, much better than the regular,
Than the junkyard fence.
yes. Yes.
Yeah,
So do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the fence at 415 LaHaye Street.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say
Aye.
Aye.
I have wanted to see inside that house for a long time.
You should, if you had a chance, talk to Mr. Moore. He's very excited. He wants to expose the vertical timbers inside.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so,
I mean, I could tell that it was an extremely old house.
I think it's exciting that it's a vertical log.
Yeah, I did not realize it was.
it is a 1-room vertical log with about 6 additions over the course of 150 years.
Which is
The
natural.
family
Yes.
grew.
All right, thank you.
Right, so next is SGHC 00321, to receive a certificate of appropriateness to install an exposed fastener metal roof on the structure at 198 LaHaye.
Come on up. Hello.
I'm Barbie. That's my house. I'm new to all this, so this is a great learning experience for me because I'm really interested in restoring that house. A lot more than just the roof, but I just thought that would be a great place to get started, and I'm hoping to get that done before winter where they can't work on it. I want to do some restoration on the outside of it also, but I figured first address the roof issue because there's some storm damage and several leaks. But it's a lot more affordable to go this route if we could get it approved.
Any questions?
I think that's a beautiful house and it needs to be preserved. It needs paint very badly.
I'm so excited to
The
paint
roof-
it.
The roof is more important than the paint.
Yeah.
If it's leaking,
Yes.
and apparently it is, then you
Yes, sir.
wouldn't be spending the money.
Right.
So, to me, it's just a question of is the roof the appropriate roof that should be put on the building?
Well, when he sent me the information online, this one is specifically for residential areas. Residential homes.
There's a bunch of them, you say?
Well, it's somewhere in here if I can find it.
Well, it's
What you're looking
It
for?
is made for, yeah, it is made for residential.
Okay.
not just for barns.
Okay,
Not
there
for
were a
barns.
number of articles in this thing. It's a residential,
It is residentially approved metal exposed fastener roof.
okay?
I believe the house across the street, to the left
house-
a little ways has it on there. And then there's a house like in a different part of town that I'm not sure if it's historical or not, but it has the same copper metal that we're looking for. It's really pretty.
Yeah, because I looked for that to see if it was, and
It's Imperial Rib, which may be the exact same roof material that was approved downtown. Yeah, latex.
Appearance-wise, from the photograph, it seems to be the ridges are a little closer together than they are on standing seam, but it's what is available now, and if this has been certified and approved for residential use, I see no reason why we should demand anything more.
I make a motion to accept the replacement of roof with another metal roof at 198 LaHaye.
Do you have a second?
As proposed.
All in favor, say aye.
Uh,
Thank you.
Okay, I'll send a certificate in the mail, and then I have your building permit here, and I'll process that this week also.
Okay, thank you so much. How long is that good for in case for some reason there's a delay?
A certificate of appropriateness is good for 2 years.
Oh, great.
Building permit, when you get it, is good for a year, but you have to start work within 6 months.
Oh, perfect. Okay, thank you all so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Are there any administrative approvals?
I have one administrative approval, and it was a roof replacement at 355 St. Mary Road, replacing material with, non-original material with the same or similar material.
Is there any other business?
I put down on here the SHPO Historic Preservation Grant. I've been in contact with the vendor we discussed last time. We don't have a contract yet. When we do, I will go over that with SHPO and then bring it all to you. So not much of an update there. We're just negotiating when and what he's going to do exactly. We're looking probably at May.
Any comments? Can I say something?
Yes, you can.
Can I say goodbye now?
You can if you want.
Rebuilt heaven.
Is amazing.
Mary's looks really good.
Have you been in it?
I have not.
There is more room in there than anybody would think was possible. It's amazing.
They did wonderful work restoring that
Yeah, I've
cabin.
been watching them put on the roof and chink it, and looks like they were doing excellent work on it.
There's actually like the size of 2 double beds upstairs.
Upstairs?
With
There's an
room.
upstairs?
There's an upstairs, yes.
Heavens.
Go down there, Candy will certainly let you
Yes.
take a look.
So, this is hard for me. I chose to get married and move out of town, so this is my last night.
I was hoping you were working out a way to stay.
There's not a way to stay. So, it's been enjoyable. I appreciate being able to work with you guys, so that's that.
Can you be a reference person?
Can I be a reference person? You mean, can you call me? Yes, you can. As long as I get to come back for this grant thing, you know,
Oh,
be
yeah.
part of it.
You have been a tremendous member. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any comments? Okay, I guess if that's it, the meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Mhm.